Hi, it's Alex. I want to talk to you today about the business of goats. I have about a half an acre here in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Lots of redwood saplings, lots of weeds, 4-foot grass. It needs to be cleared out at least once a year. Turns out one of my neighbors has a herd of goats, and I talked to him about hiring them to help me clear out my yard. We got to talking, and he has been thinking about turning this passion of his into a business. So I wanted to take a look and see if that would be viable. How do you go about doing that? You start with your initial investment. So what would that look like? That's vehicles, animals, equipment, business license, maybe an LLC, and anything that would come along with your initial cost. Next, you want to look at your operating costs: gas, insurance, food, water, vet bills, all of the above. When you're looking at costs, you want to take your costs and break them into variable costs and fixed costs. Something like insurance would be a perfect fixed cost because it's the same price every year. A variable cost would be something like food. So that would be determined on how many animals were in the herd at the time, and that would show you how much you had to spend each month on food. Then what you want to do is take a look at how much profit you want to make. What would make it viable? What's a number that would work for you to be able to live off your dream? So take that number, add it to your operating costs, and that's going to be your ballpark sales goal. Now, specifically with these goats and fire abatement and weed eating, it's seasonal. There's a time of year. So for this specific business, you would take the revenue and really pack it all into that seasonality of it, and just make sure that that revenue covers the costs for the remainder of the year. You also want to look at other ways that you could bring in revenue. Obviously, you can charge for the goats to come to someone's house, but are there other ways to do that? Are there goats that maybe you could take to auction on the off season and make a little bit of that money back there? Another thing you want to look at is, with these sales goals, how many goats does it take to clear an acre, let's say? So that number will help you figure out how many acres and how many days it's going to take to hit those sales goals. So that's a good way to find out if it's realistic. If those calculations turn out that you have to book 40 days in a month in order to hit those sales goals, well, obviously that's not realistic. Next thing you want to do is say, is this a viable business? In the sense, do people want this? Is it needed? Well, I live in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and fire abatement is no joke. We had a huge fire come through last year and wipe out 900 homes. So it's necessary. You want to keep yourself safe and keep your neighbors safe. So everybody's got to do it. You can, of course, do it yourself. You can hire a crew. There's lots of options. However, a lot of property around here is very steep, very craggy, covered in poison oak. Not only do the goats have no problem going on those steep cliffs, eating the poison oak, but they also will come along and fertilize your yard while they're at work. Marketing. It's easy to market goats. They're adorable. Everybody loves them. But one thing I didn't consider until they were here on my property is how much fun it would be, how joyous it would be to have baby goats playing around my yard for 2 days. It was wonderful. So once we made all the calculations and broke it all down and saw that it actually is a viable business, that this was something he can do, it's wonderful to be someone that can take their passion, something that they love, and turn it into something that they can do every day and look forward to doing it. So if there's something that you're passionate about and you want to see if you can turn it into a business, go ahead and give me a call. Let's run the calculations and see if we can make your dreams come true. Thanks so much. I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.